This will be 4i squared.
See? You see what I mean?
This will be 4i squared, and then
-4.
this will be 4i squared, which means -4. Oh my god. Ay nako.
You got it?
No. Okay, let me erase the card. I don't understand. I always put plus or minus like the number that is the square root.
Victoria, no.
You have plus here. This is positive.
She's going insane.
So we have 9.
Josephine's going insane.
Oh, I'm serious. Just do it. Do it.
So we have 9.
Okay, are you just gonna make this your own separate live stream?
Times square root 3. Because if you do this, you do 3 times 3, right?
Yes.
And it's the same thing here. -3 times square
Just me, you're doing the mistake that we discussed in class.
What mistake?
You were the one that got it right too.
That's not the point.
When you take this out, this equals to the I squared, right? And the I squared equals.
Why do you have to take out the I?
Because there's negatives here.
No.
I think you're gonna make Jasmine curse.
This
And she don't curse.
equals to -3.
I don't understand.
Oh my god.
I square equals -4.
Oh wait, what's Josephine do?
I know it's -3. I know that this would just be -3, but that makes. Why are you related?
That's
to this?
-3 isn't equal to 3.
Yeah, obviously not.
Which is why
In
the
my
only
universe,
solution
is
in that
-3
question
equal to
was
3.
0.
27 parts.
What are you talking about?
The previous,
In one universe,
the previous problem, that wasn't -7. It was only equal to 0.
You still have that one.
Yes, Josephine. Everybody gets it, but so it's you.
I know. This is a problem.
Alright. Everybody has a seat. You're recording the whole live stream?
No, I'm serious.
Yeah. Ay nako.
Multiplying the
Why do you have to have the I?
Wait, let me see it.
I squared plus 25.
I see it live, but I can't take my phone out.
Right? And then do an
Addition to the square.
3.
I watch the stream live on YouTube, but I can't take my phone out.
You can't do that. You can't multiply inside the radical. You have to take
Why?
Because
X squared plus 25 is 0.
you say that.
You got it right.
Yeah, you were the one that got it right. Too.
Why would you have the I first?
Because you have to. You're taking out the -1.
Erase all
Oh, this?
please don't cry.
Are you good? You were Team Josephine.
No,
You're the
it.
one that's like -5.
Now you're the other team somehow. Alright, have a seat.
I don't understand what you're doing.
Have a seat.
Everyone-
Let's continue this after school, okay?
You like if you had this, you would always put.
Let's continue this discourse after
So
school.
why is it wrong now?
Because we never worked hard. We did, but Josephine's.
No, okay.
Josephine's not.
Okay, have a seat.
Oh my god.
No, I.
It's on YouTube. Yay! We're gonna go viral because Josephine going nuts. Josephine breaking down.
No, if you have that, it's only for mine.
You made all mine fall on the floor.
No, you threw them on the floor.
Okay, so a lot of you guys don't know how to solve linear system, and it's on SAT. Although it's not in pre-calc, but I'm still gonna cover it. And we're gonna talk about, for those of you guys solve systems, so system equation. Now there are two types of system. I mean there are a very simple type of system is linear system. So we're gonna only deal with linear system. So now there are a few ways to solve linear systems. One is graphing, and you're gonna look for intersections. Although this is not on the pre-calc curriculum, but I'm still covering because a lot of people don't know how to solve system equation. The second way is elimination. It's the most popular way, so popular. which is that's what I usually prefer. However, there is also substitution. Substitution is you can solve the hard problem and easy problem, but not in between. So solve easy or hard, and hard. Hard problems. But in between, no. Okay? The fourth way is calculator. So calculator is very similar. Calculator is few different ways to do it. Calculator does solve polynomial and stuff like that. We're not gonna teach, so we're not teaching this part. The fifth way is matrix. We also not gonna cover. Okay, matrix is one of those things that is already taken out algebra 2 for past I think 6-7 years. But you guys do need to know like how many different ways to solve system equation. There's a Cramer's rule if you are interested. Cramer's rule and self-determinant. So that's more a lot of time that using linear algebra you can solve those kind of questions. But we no longer need to cover that. Okay, so we're going to talk about solve system equation because a lot of you guys don't know how to do it. So I'm going to cover it, and we're going to talk about. So if I were to teach pre-cal, right, I probably would be done a little bit different compared to what our school is doing. I will probably give you a test, and you pass the test for you to qualify for pre-cal. But in this school, they kind of just put everybody in the pre-cal and see if you're going to be alive or you're going to drop. I don't prefer that way, but I would. But also a good thing is some people come in, they don't know how to do anything, and they come in, they actually stay afloat. So they learn all the things that they need to learn, which is at first they don't have. So there's actually a plus minus, I think. There's a good benefit and bad benefit. How many of you guys know how to solve the system equation? Raise your hand. How many of you guys don't know how to solve the system equation? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'm 5. So I'm going to cover for those people that don't know how to do it. Now, if you do know, you have to know I solve 2 different ways to system equation. So we're gonna talk about 2 ways. So first of all, we're gonna use the most popular way because on your SAT you had to cover this. So graphing, you look for intersection. So if you have intersect, the 2 things that intersect, the coordinate of the intersection is my solutions. That's just if you're graphing. But we're not teaching graphing yet, so we don't know how to do that way. We're gonna do it by elimination. Elimination is the most popular way. That's what you need to learn. And also substitution. So we're gonna start with substitution because we're gonna start with the easy math. Can solve the easiest problem. In this case, the way I kind of think about substitution is like you go in the club and look for a boyfriend or look for a girlfriend. I'm serious. Huh? Okay. So you're gonna go in. You're gonna see like. I'm not gonna do that to you today. So Nicholas wanna go into a club and look for boyfriend or girlfriend. Right? It's okay. I mean, right now it's it's 21st century, so it's all right. No judgments, right? So 5x plus 2y, 3y, and x. So the way you look at for a girlfriend or boyfriend, you're looking for when you go to the club, you look for the single person. You don't look for the people, like 5 people hang out, 5 girls all hang out together. You're not gonna have, you just go in there, it's gonna be outcasts. And then there's maybe 2 guys hanging out together. Well, like I said, it's 21st century. And then there's 3 guys watching the football on the side. So, and they're all pretty ugly. So minus signs are ugly. So you look for a good-looking female, which is X in this case. So you want to go up to them and you're gonna ask for their phone number, right? So you're gonna go up and say, "Hey, what's your name? My name is Nicholas, and can I have your phone number?" So we really need to evaluate that X we really need to evaluate the x. That we need to find out what the x is equal to. Okay, so then I can say x minus 3y is equal to 7. I can plus 3y on both sides, so that's equal to 7 minus 3y. So I find out this girl, 7 plus 3y, thank you. I find out this girl's phone number is 7 plus 3y. Okay, then we're gonna see if it match. By plugging the equation, we're gonna see if it match. So here, I'm gonna basically write down 5x plus 2y is equal to 1, but that x I'm going to write in red. So that's going to be y here. And then I'm going to say y is going to be, in this case, it's going to be 7 plus 3y. So, wait, x. So this is x, right? X is equal to 7 plus 3y. And so replace that x with 7 plus 3y, but you had to put a parenthesis around it, plus 2y is equal to what? Do you guys remember this?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you're gonna say 35 plus 15y plus 2y is equal to 1. So that's gonna be 35 plus 17y is equal to 1. 17y is equal to negative 34. Y is equal to negative 2. I'm gonna plug it back to any of this equation, so it doesn't matter what I plug in. So x minus 3 times negative 2 is equal to 7. X plus 6 equal to 7, x equal to 1. So this is where those two equations intersect, which is intersect at 1 and negative 2. Sometimes they put an answer like this way, sometimes they put an answer like this way. SAT sometimes they just ask you what is x and what is y. But sometimes people tended to plug in the answer back to the original equation to match it. But now the SAT got more clever. They can say, well, what's x plus y? Instead of they ask you like what is x and what is y, because people can plug back in. But if I ask you what is x plus y, then you plug in doesn't really know how to plug in. Okay? So your true answer if you have x plus y is going to be negative 1, but the combination of negative 1 there's so many different ways. So SAT's gotten more clever when they ask the questions. So this is just looking for the single guys or girls. Nicholas is looking for a girlfriend. So substitutions. Okay?
Single ladies.
Question about this part. Substitution. Okay. Now we're going to talk about the most popular method. So it's going to be elimination. Elimination is popular because, oh, by the way, system equation could be much harder. That substitution is the only way to do it. So the harder problem that is going to be go with substitution, because the only way to do it, those problem is going through by substitutions. But we're going to talk about this one, and we're going to talk about this case. So it's going to be 5x plus 2y is equal to 1, and the x minus 3y is equal to 7. Now, with this situation is, if I say elimination, you look for the exact opposite. So look for equal strength, and opposite. Okay, so two things, equal strength and opposite of one variable. So you can choose to be x or y, it really depends on your preference. For me, which one would you pick, x or y? I will pick x. Okay, if you can pick y too. I will pick x in this case, so I want a 5x and x. So what are my equal strength and opposite? So for example, like analogy, like day and night, right? They are opposite to each other and they are equal to each other. Okay? So like a kryptonite and what?
I don't watch
Superman. Okay, kryptonite and Superman. Or Batman and Joker, right? They are kind of counter each other, and I heard this Joker movie is supposed to be very good. But there's a good guy and bad guys. But you have to have equal strength to create this drama, right? If one's so much weaker, the Joker is fighting with, what's the other guy, the sidekick of the Batman? Robin? It'd be no fun, right? Because Robin is much weaker. So you want to create equal strength. So what I'm doing is I'm going to take this x minus 3y. I'm going to create like 5x, but it's opposite. Okay, so I'm going to create that happen. So I'm going to multiply this equation by negative 5. So then I have 5x plus 2y is equal to 1. And this one is going to be negative 5x plus 15y is equal to what? Negative 35. And if you solve it, 17y equal to negative 34. And the y is equal to negative 2. And then you're going to get the same answer, x is equal to 1. So that's a much easier way, but again, that's for medium level of problem. The problem could be much harder than this, then you had to go back to substitution, looking for the single guy. Or girls, right? And really no judgment. What kind of day you would prefer? Question about this part. Okay, we're gonna give you a question. You're gonna try 2 different ways, and then we're gonna give you a harder system that only substitution can do. And there are a few different questions. Today you had to learn how to get rid of fractions as well, because system equation could be fractions. And then, so 2x plus 6y, no, 2x plus 5y, sorry, plus 5y is equal to 8. And the 6x plus y is equal to 10. Now try 2 different ways to do it. Now, sometimes that if you have a negative y, it's okay. That guy's ugly, but he might have good personality like Benjamin.
See,
So-
I know that you're referring to both the good looks in me and the good personality. So.
Sure.
See, because it's a positive y there. And the
Okay.
positive y looks in me,
So in this case, it's a positive y, but sometimes a negative y, you just have to move everything on the correct side. You can look at the good personality of that person.
so. Not Benjamin.
Benjamin just ugly. So that's okay. Because he has a good personality. Right?
Sure.
I'll take the good personality.
Sure, everything.
Okay, so you can solve 2 different ways. Now we're going to talk about also, when you finish that, we're going to give you a higher level system. So what's a higher level system look like in terms of So the higher level system will look like this. X squared plus x squared minus y is equal to negative 3. And x squared plus y squared is equal to 9. So this is a where'd you go? Hi, where'd you go?
I was in the guidance.
For what?
My guidance wanted to talk to me. That's why.
All the seniors?
Yeah.
That's where all the seniors go. So can you solve that system with 2 different ways? And then you can look at those who people are bored. You can solve this system, which is a higher level system, which is x squared minus y. So this is a different system. Can you do it with 2 different ways? What'd you get?
Oh, I didn't get x yet.
Oh yeah. We're just reviewing system equations. I suppose talk about system inequality too, but I don't have time to cover that. But if you're interested, just look up how to do system inequality. You got the shaded region in algebra 1, so I don't want to spend too much time covering shading. But that's not a few days. Cover that most common. Can you do elimination and substitution? Can you use both? Ariana, remember this? You remember this? You know how to do both two different ways?
That one's elimination.
This one.
I know, what's the other way?
Substitutions.
I don't know how to.
You don't know how to do elimination? You need to learn how to do elimination. That's a more popular way. So Jasmine, can you teach her how to do elimination? Same problem.
The X's.
The y and 5
yeah,
says
y is
1,
what?
so it's easier if you were to eliminate the y.
Oh, 3 over 2 and 7, so you should.
Multiply by
Huh?
-5.
3 over 2 and 1.
So you
Okay, 3 over 2 for x, 1 for y. You did it right? You guys do it two different ways though.
-5.
Oh,
Substitution, looking for a single guy. Honey.
I think
Sorry, the chat. Wow.
and then that equals to -5, y equals to -50.
Just don't find one that thinks this.
They cancel out.
Exactly.
And then
Oh,
simply
oh.
push this first so you can see it.
He's like, well, I mean, you're not wrong.
It's got nice
So what would
looking
you do
shoes.
here? To it.
Yeah, this is only
It's only spotlight.
At least I made some.
the only redeeming quality.
And I messed them up. Can't believe it.
Like you do it simply, you're just combining these. So 2 minus
So,
30 would be
System equation, gotta be able to do both.
Yeah. Last one.
8 minus 50.
Oh, I did it right. I figured it out.
Yes, -42.
Or if y is 4, then x is like a good thing.
Carlos, can you help out?
Yeah.
Yes, so you
Because like if y equals -3,
I
then
do,
x
you cannot do, you cannot do, elimination, yeah, like that.
Yeah, I did substitution. Wait, you can't do it.
I plugged in
Yes, whoever said
y squared minus y.
You have, you cannot do elimination.
And then they multiply by all these things into y.
Substitution.
So negative y squared minus
You
y.
can't do elimination. Substitution. Right?
You can do elimination on that one. So we're gonna talk about this one. This is a question that you had to do substitution. There's no way around it. So, which one is single here? Huh?
The Y.
Negative y is ugly, but it has a good personality. You just have to know that. So, I'm going to look at x squared minus y is equal to -3. I'm going to see if it has good personality. So, I'm moving to the other side. So, it'll be x squared equal to -3 plus y. Does that make sense? I'm add 3 on both sides. So, x squared is equal to x squared plus 3 is equal to y. So, yeah, actually, its personality is not too bad. Right? Can I substitute here into the second equation for y? And don't kill the puppy. X squared plus what?
6.
So x squared plus what? 3 squared. That's equal to 9, right? If I substitute that, I substitute this y right here. So this one I substitute for. And I don't kill any puppy, so x squared
So x squared plus x to the 4
plus x to the 4th
So 6x.
plus 6x squared
plus 6x squared
Plus 9.
plus what?
Plus 9.
Plus 9 is equal to 9, right?
Yes. And then you just divide.
So if I subtract 9 on both sides, I'm going to get x4 plus what? 7x squared
2x plus 5. Yeah.
equal to 0?
Yes.
And can I factor out x squared?
Yeah, x squared is equal to
X is equal to 0,
Between you're trying to solve for x, so then you get the right answer.
right? And x squared plus 7 is equal to 0. X squared is equal to negative 7. X equal to I times square root of 7 plus minus. Josephine, plus minus.
Yep.
Yeah, see, I got it.
Okay, so don't worry about this one because that's not a real number.
So just
Then just only use this one. So I'm gonna plug in 0 back in to any equation. So
get x equals.
0 squared minus y equal to negative 3. Y is equal to 3. So it'll be 0, 3 is the only intersections. However, this one you don't have to include because in terms of I is not a real number. You cannot graph it. If you graph it, it's going to be on a different plane.
The imaginary
plane.
It's different plane, yes. So then your answer is x equal to 0, y is equal to 3. See, this one you cannot do elimination. You have to looking for the ugly guy out there. That's the only choice. If the world comes down to that one ugly guy, and that's the only person left, and that's the only.
Yeah, because you better start.
No idea what this plus minus is.
Smart, start having to do